Breaking news here at 5. An employee at Mojave High School been arrested accused of lewdness with a minor. The school district says that person no longer allowed on campus. Right now, Metro Police actively investigating. Stay with 8 News Now as we continue to learn more.
We're going to appeal this before the Supreme Court. We disagree with the court's decision. I mean, obviously we're going to respect it, but we're racing to the Supremes now.
Those decisive words from the teachers union after a judge tells them to stop calling out sick. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Denise Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. A judge issues an injunction against the union after long contentious court hearing earlier today. 8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne spoke with the union's executive director. Joins us now live with more.
Brian, Denise, the judge today said it was no coincidence that 8 schools on different corners of the district closed down because of teacher shortages. Those teachers calling in sick, specifically choosing schools in district where school board members live.
We disagree with the judge. The judge is totally wrong.
Totally wrong, at least according to CCA Executive Director John Velardita, with this district court judge siding with Clark County School District, saying, quote, a strike has occurred after 8 schools shut down because of so-called sick-outs in 7 days.
The idea that it should be ignored, that these are sick call-outs and that they are actually due to someone being sick is preposterous.
The union didn't think it was preposterous, though, and their lawyer made that clear.
Teachers are calling out sick. Schools have closed. No one's saying that's not true. But what percentage of teachers calling out are ill? We don't know.
The union's lawyer, Bradley Schrager, said there were too many variables that nobody can control, which makes it hard to prove sick-outs at school. He said those sick teachers aren't defendants in this lawsuit, just Velardita and 3 other defendants.
What evidence do you have that any of these 4 defendants is coordinating some secret plan to have teachers call out sick illegitimately?
But the judge said it was just that, illegitimate. And even though she threatened fines and jail time should the union violate the injunction, she said students were counting on teachers to get back to work.
The way you address your concerns is at the bargaining table. It cannot work like this, and that's why there's a law against it.
So off to the Supreme Court they go. Today was the second time both sides faced off in court. The first time a different judge refused to issue an injunction before the start of school because there was no real evidence a strike might happen. Today there was, but even the judge admitted it was circumstantial.
So you mentioned in that piece, you know, the judge there threatening teachers. If they call in sick, they could be fined. If they call in sick, they might even go to jail. But how do you even track that? There's so many hundreds of teachers.
I don't think you can track it. The judge said that there was evidence today of it being a strike, but that evidence was circumstantial, albeit overwhelmingly so. So even though there's no line in the sand, if the schools keep shutting down, and a number that would happen was 87% of the teachers in one of the schools.
Wow.
In that kind of case, we can use our common sense.
All right, keep us posted. Kyle, thanks for that this afternoon. In reference to his report, Newton Elementary in Henderson did have to close today. It is the most recent CCSD school to close following a large number of teacher absences. The school board is considering a nearly $4.5 million settlement in a lawsuit against vape manufacturers. In August of last year, the Clark County School District joined other school districts across the country. Now, the lawsuit makes a public nuisance claim, saying the vape product threatens community safety.
This afternoon, MGM Resorts website still saying currently unavailable, also stating that reservations beginning today through Sunday can be changed without any fees. 8 News Now reporter Victoria Saha has been covering the cybersecurity issue from the beginning. Joins us live near the MGM Grand.
Yeah, we've been to several MGM properties this week to see what it looks like inside. And people are coming in and out, the people are dining, but several of the gaming machines are still not working. However, right now, the big concern is our personal information could be in the hands of these hackers. It's day 4 of the cybersecurity crisis for MGM Resorts.
You don't plan on having that issue when you come here, so it's very inconvenient.
Mary Jo Hellener is visiting from Ohio. She's a Gold MGM Rewards member. This cybersecurity incident is a huge concern for her.
You don't know what you're dealing with, right? You don't know how much is compromised and how much is not compromised.
But what she does know is since checking into the Bellagio is that she's getting unusual messages on her phone.
I have gotten text messages saying that my accounts are locked. with accounts that I don't even have.
While it's not confirmed it's connected, the biggest frustration for her is that there is no communication from MGM.
I think the most frustrating part for me was MGM saying that it's business as usual.
Or is it? This was the check-in line at the Bellagio at noon. We just got to the Bellagio. It looks like a lot of their machines on the floor are not working, but the ones that are, take a look at this. You have to wait for an attendant just to pay you even 25 cents. Guests are left wondering how long this will go on.
There's no apologies from MGM. There's no apologies from Bellagio.
Right, our credit card's all over the place here. So, yeah, it's definitely a concern.
Be very careful and not use our cards or anything like that.
As for who was responsible for this cyber attack, on Wednesday there were reports on X by a malware research group called VX Underground. They say all a ransomware group known as Black Cat had to do was hop on LinkedIn, find an employee, then call the help desk, claiming it was done by impersonating as a member on the IT staff. So MGM has yet to confirm any of this, but many of you at home have probably visited the MGM properties, so you might be wondering if your information has been compromised. Well, I did speak with financial experts, and they say that you want to take a look at your bank account charges to see if there's anything unusual. They do tell me that these hackers are very clever. They'll usually start off by taking out 1 cent or even $1 to see if they have access to your account. So you, of course, want to let your banks know and change those passwords. Reporting live from the MGM Grand, Victoria Saha, 8 News Now.
Victoria, thank you. And we also want to add that Victoria has repeatedly reached out to the MGM for an update on this. They have not sent any new information our way since Monday evening. Governor Joe Lombardo office releasing a statement that reads in part, Governor Lombardo and the Nevada Gaming Control Board are monitoring the cybersecurity incident with MGM Resorts and are in communication with the company. Executives, additionally, the Nevada Gaming Control Board remaining in communication with other law enforcement agencies. You can find all of our reporting on this active issue, the cyber attack problem, on 8newsnow.com.
Well, we started off with sunshine and with the humidity in place that just allowed these thunderstorms to develop for the day today. By the way, thank you so much for all the pictures you sent us of all those cool thunder clouds that developed over the valley. Live look outside right now, looking at the MSG sphere. Beautiful shot in the background there of the Sheep Range to the north. 91 degrees at this hour. Some of you in the mid-90s like Nellis, North Las Vegas. Winds staying light right now. Humidity still right around 30%. And because of that, we've been seeing these storms that have been flaring up. Still some showers and storms over the mountains, specifically the Spring Mountains. We did see them over the Sheep Range earlier. And now I'm kind of watching an area just right around Good Springs where we have one cell that has developed there, providing some thunder and some lightning there too. You can see it right there near Good Springs there. But otherwise, most of the valley remains dry. We did get reports of some sprinkles in some spots there. Could change though tonight. It's good. We still have plenty of action going on around the region here as far as this would go back all the way to 10:30 a.m. So you can see everything start to really fire up and bubble up as the day progresses with that sunshine. So we'll still run the chances for not only this afternoon, but also for tomorrow too. So we're not taking any storm chances out just yet, but we are going to dry up and we're going to warm up as we head into your weekend. In fact, some neighborhoods could get very close to reaching 100 degrees over the weekend, but that's not going to last because next week we're still talking 80s and wind next week. I'm going to show you how long that's going to last for the last week of summer. All coming up in your most accurate weather now.
Animal control officers in Henderson are now warning a local pet store about a former employee. As our 8 News Now investigators first told you, the dog's owner purchased the dog from the puppy store on Sunset near Stephanie. Well, soon after, the dog started showing signs of pneumonia. It turns out a now former employee whited out some medical information on a form from the veterinarian. A spokesperson telling our investigators animal control did not find any violation of a state or even a local law, but did issue the store a written warning. The store's manager says the fired employee's actions do not represent their overall practices. By the way, that puppy is continuing to recover.
Metro Police asking for your help to locate this stolen car involved in a deadly shooting back in April. Please take a look at your screen if you have a second. The car described as a 2018 black Kia with Nevada license plate LVV0Y8. Detectives trying to identify the people in the car. They say they dropped off 18-year-old Curtis Smith at a local hospital with a gunshot wound. Smith died days later. If you have any information, please call police or Crime Stopper. The number is 702-385-5555. And one person dead after a rollover crash early this morning near Cheyenne and 5th. North Las Vegas police say the driver lost control, drove into a dirt construction site. The car then rolled several times and the driver died on scene. Speed and impairment believed to be factors.
We're nearly a year away now since the proposed Albertson and Kroger merger was announced, all followed by concerns of a grocery store monopoly in Nevada.
And today, 8 News Now reporter Ryan Matthey took those concerns right to the state attorney general and the FTC, investigating how it could affect you at home.
Albertsons and Smith locations dominate the grocery industry here in Las Vegas, and in an age where groceries like these are up and up, the concerns remain about the cost, the workers, and competition if this merger goes through.
Northern, South, we can't afford this.
Announced almost a year ago, the two grocery giants would merge into one. More than 20 Albertsons in southern Nevada, along with more than 20 Smiths owned by Kroger. What would happen to them?
That's the question.
Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford joining at least 16 states investigating the nearly $25 billion merger, a way to compete with the growing grocery success of Walmart. 15 of nearly 50 Kroger-owned stores in Nevada would be sold to an East Coast-based company.
But I want to be able to go to 3 different stores to get the best produce I can find.
They're going to be able to set the price whatever they want it to be.
Concerns on Wednesday heard by Lena Khan, chair of the Federal Trade Commission, which has the power to take the merger to court.
Agencies have been unlikely to actually follow through.
Skepticism as she points to mergers like the one between Safeway and Albertsons in 2015. Then, too, were stores sold off to another company to ensure competition, although that company soon went out of business and closed those stores.
And if there's a merger that is presenting a lot of risk of reducing competition, may even create a monopoly, we need to weigh those risks, and especially given that some of these remedies in the past have failed.
And we should be able to, again, consider that in our reform decision-making process to ensure that if there are promises made, that there are ways to enforce those promises so that you aren't burned.
The merger is supposed to close at the beginning of 2024, though if the FTC takes it to court, it will likely take months longer. Reporting in Henderson, Ryan Matthey, 8 News Now.
Thanks, Ryan. Companies have made commitments and promises that have not always followed through. The FTC chair said of previous mergers. She adds it is difficult to enforce those promises after they've made. There are 5 more listening sessions in the Valley with the Attorney General that'll take place throughout the month.
Free upcoming National Teen Defensive Driving Program is headed to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It is called Brakes, Be Responsible, Keep Everyone Safe. So the program offers teenagers behind-the-wheel instruction and teaches them how to be safe drivers. So they're going to be in town again at the Speedway October 7th and 8th. You can register your child online at the website that's going to pop up here on your screen. It is called putonthebrakes.org.
A team of engineering students and faculty at UNLV getting ready for a massive balloon launch carrying cameras 100,000 feet into the atmosphere to capture rare astronomical events such as partial solar eclipses. The first launch set for October 14th with a simulated training launch taking place later on this month. And next up at 5, the Aces looking for the beginning of the process of winning back-to-back titles. The 8 sports team live ahead of tip-off.
And a large number of Nevada households living without credit cards. We're going to look at the reason why on the other side of the break. You're watching 8 News Now at 5 o'clock. Live, local, now.